WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany, together with
Davide Romano
from
Valinch Mallet.
Oh, very interesting. Today we're at the WhiskyHerbst in Berlin, 2018, September here. You've been here a few times. What's special about the WhiskyHerbst for you?
I think it's the event I like the most in Berlin.
Okay.
It's very particular. Berlin as an area, it's very important, and the public is very knowledgeable. They know their whiskey. They're happy to come. They very difficult to find newbies here. They're all very expert. They know their whiskies.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Now you're an independent bottler.
Yes.
How did that happen?
How that actually started as a passion. I used to work in finance. I used to work in a bank, but then I realized that wasn't my path, and I wanted to make my passion, that was single cask whiskey, a job. So that actually I could drink more and have more variety.
All right, very, very good. How long have you been doing this then?
Just 3 years.
Okay.
Actually, 3 years and 5 days today.
Congratulations.
So, we are whiskey now.
Yes, we are whiskey now. Yes, you have the mandatory maturation period behind you. That's great. Very, very good. And where are you based?
The office is based in London because a few years ago, I'm Italian by origin, that's why the name. I moved, I was one after the graduation to move to London, and then I decided to start the business there.
Okay, very, very good. And tell me a little bit about your range. Are there cheaper and more expensive, or is everything just expensive?
Yeah, no, when I started, it's two people actually, Valinch and Mallet. I am the Mallet of the two, the other one is Fabio Ermoli from Milan. When we started, we focused on quite older whiskey, more than 20 years old. And after a few months, we realized that we wanted to expand the range. So we did 4 collections mainly. We had the younger whiskies that could be from say 6 years to 12 years. And these can be the either the Young Master collection or the Brotherhood collection. And we have the Hidden Cask collection, that is the first one until they are 20 years old, so whiskey is younger than 20 years old, and they are cask strength. And then we have the Lost Drums collection, so older than 20 years old, but younger than 30 years old, and they become the EXO. The EXO collection, again, cask strength whiskey, more than 30 years old.
That's, of course, not very affordable. It's going to be a little bit more the exclusive range. Very nice.
Yes, at the same time, you don't see very often an EXO from us because I always joke, I don't want to be a jeweler. I want to sell whiskey to be drunk from people. So it's very difficult nowadays to find a very old whiskey at a good price with a very good quality.
That's true. I call them ornaments, by the way. Yeah, I have ornaments in my room for the things I'm not going to drink anytime soon. Very, very nice. Now, what would be the whiskey that you would say you're most proud of at the moment?
I would say the Bunnahabhain 22.
Oh, okay, very good. Would you show us the bottle, maybe? Yes.
If I find it, that would be fantastic. Right here.
There it is.
There it is.
Now, why? I like Bunnahabhain.
I like the fruity Bunnahabhain. So nowadays everyone is crazy about peat. Everything must be toffee, smoky, rauch. But everywhere, in Italy especially, peated whiskey is the king. But I like fruity whiskey, the old style. So if you taste even a very old Lafroig from the 70s, just had a 15 years old original bottling, they're fruity. They have peat at the end. So this is why I love this one. It's fruity. You've got some peat at the end, but then malt is the main character, the maturation, the cask, and then peat at the end. Yeah, but so many dimensions and flavors.
All right, very good. So there's 256 bottles here. It was bottled 2018. It was distilled in 1995. Very, very nice. And you still have a total of 46.5%. Ooh, getting close to that 40%.
Yes, it is an issue. Sometimes people doesn't understand, come here and say, why do you have a 22 years old that is 46% and you have a 28 years old that is 53%? So there is no explanation.
The angels.
Yeah, the devil's share, I would say.
The devil's share.
There is no explanation, but it's pure magic. Even when you selected few degrees of difference in the alcohol can make a huge difference in the taste. It can be much better. So this one was approaching the fatal 40%, but still retain enough power to tell the story, to tell what's inside of it.
Okay, very, very good. And that was fully bourbon cask.
Yes,
Okay,
it was.
bourbon hogshead, yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. And do you have other things? I don't know, sherry
Yes.
and so on. What other casks did you have that are exotic, if I may ask?
Well, if we want a sherry cask, then we have a sherry cask. If
right.
we want something very particular,
Yeah, let's go for
it
that.
will still be a bourbon cask,
Okay,
and it will be
fine.
a Ben Nevis.
Oh,
So
okay,
Ben Nevis,
yeah.
19 years old. But this cask was very particular, as you can see from the color. It's not really bourbony
No.
like. This was most likely a very strongly recharred bourbon.
Alligator
It's
or rejuvenated.
rejuvenated, yes. But the particular thing is that it donated the bourbon influence without being just vanilla. But then you have an old style whiskey, almost like a very old cognac,
Yeah.
without being woody, because that's an issue. Everyone wants, it's 40 years old, it's 50 years old, but then if it tastes of wood, it's not whiskey anymore. It's wood. But this one here, you retain the old whiskey character, with the sweetness and the fruitiness of the old style Ben Nevis.
Okay. So that before was a lost cask. This is a hidden cask.
Yes.
So this is not as expensive.
No.
How much would this cost, if I may ask?
These in Germany would retail around 140 euros.
Very, very good. Yeah, exactly. For a single cask, 19-year-old Ben Nevis, very good price. All right, and anything in the future we can look forward to?
Yes, we are about to. Actually, we are bottling as we speak the new collection. Still, it will be a mix of hidden cask and lost rum. And for the first time, I think we will also start a new range of single cask rum. I know it's WhiskyJason, WhiskyJason, but we decided that since we like them, why not doing them?
We get to drink it as well, right?
Yes, of course. Very soon. I think in 1.5 months they will be available throughout Germany.
Excellent. WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany, together with
Davide Romano.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.